your work on Voyager. I have such respect for it, but can I start with Orange is the New Black?
Please.
Because, oh my God!
Please.
Thank God for Netflix.
Yeah.
This role, I mean, this role is so, there are no other ones like it out there, and you just nail it.
I don't think that
like
there
when
are.
you read that script?
Well, I didn't read the script. I only got the sides, which was probably clever of him now, in hindsight. So I was not very well informed when I went in for the audition. But I didn't really need to be. She sort of jumped off the page, right into my imagination, right into my understanding. And I have been so happy. These kinds of parts, as you just said, don't come to an actress of my age at this stage, unless you're Meryl Streep. It's very unusual to encounter a character that you both love and need. It's just perfect kismet. I'm loving every minute of her. Who would have thought that such a match would be made? We don't seem to be necessarily like one another, and yet, you know, she resides within me somewhere in a very vivid way, because there she was. It took nothing short of just reading it and understanding it and doing it.
You called my food disgusting. You're not getting hazed. You're not getting harassed. You're getting starved to death. You'll leave Litchfield as a skeleton in a body bag. Pow! Now march your yuppie ass out of my kitchen.
When I first heard about the role and we started seeing some stills, I thought, I don't see it. I don't get it. The second you're on screen and you speak, I get it.
Then you get it.
And you are one with that part, exactly the way you were with Janeway. And I think it's so wonderful for fans of Star Trek and fans of yours to be able to go on another journey like that with you in such a different way.
I do too. I do too. And this is the beauty of acting, or maybe it's the beauty if you live long enough as an actress. It comes full circle. And I think that's why we do give our whole lives to the craft, because I've had 3-4 of these roles in my lifetime. I've had Mary Ryan, I've had Kate Columbo, and I had Catherine Janeway, and now Galina Reznikov. And you can't beat it. The mystery of the whole thing is, you know, I suppose you just I can't fathom the mystery of why it happens when it happens. But that it happens is just a joyful thing. And that's exactly how I'm feeling.
Oh no! Good. And the penguin goes, he's not an eggplant, he's retarded. It's fucking funny.
Please just know. Это ужасная покраска on your head makes me giggle.
Ее сиску лопнула!
Your final scene in the season, the way the character comes so full circle, that the last time we see you, you're the one not being served food.
I'm being shunned. That's what I did to Piper. Yes, it does come full circle. But you have to know that Genji Cohen is a genius, and it jumps off the page. I mean, without the writing, you could be as brilliant as you'd like to be, but it doesn't matter. It's the writing that lifts it up, that sustains it. It's that's captured the imagination of the public, because everybody loves it. She seems to understand that, of course, we're inherently voyeuristic, but we're also desperately in need of a connection. You know, we're looking at these women and we're saying, yes, but, you know, they're incarcerated, but it's a minimum security facility, and we're only inches away from these flaws and these mistakes and these screw-ups ourselves. So I think it adds to the kind of tension. She's drawn a brilliant tension between the audience and the characters. And how about the actresses she's culled from the pool in New York? I mean, these are really good actresses.
So wonderful to see Natasha Lyonne.
I'm not only a great friend, but a huge fan. She's fearless. And she's so smart. This too jumps off, I think, the screen. Her intelligence, her keen intelligence, her willingness to just go deep. Where others kind of will try, Tosh goes, and it shows.
And also, I have to mention your scenes with, I believe it's Pablo, who plays...
Pablo Schreiber.
Okay.
He's
the
a very bad
moment-
man.
Yes, the moment in there when it looks like something awful is about to
I
happen.
don't want anybody fooling around with my gravy, or me. Doesn't that look terrible?
It really, I got very, I think because...
What did you get?
Terrified and
terrified.
sickened. And I think it was more so because it was you playing it, and I grew up watching Star Trek. I was saying earlier, I was of the latchkey generation, and so many of my fellow latchkey kids were raised in part a lot by television. And I feel very lucky that I latched onto Star Trek because it had positive, good messages and was a really intelligent show. So in a lot of ways, I feel as if I was raised partly by watching Catherine Janeway.
And it would be too devastating to watch that violation, wouldn't it? But it had to be, you had to be not sure. You had to be, this is a prison. His evil is incarnate, right? You can't know at any moment what the CO is capable of doing. And so then when it is what it is, it's almost even worse.
Also, the powerlessness of what is right because of the constraints of the location. It doesn't matter that it would have been an awful violation. It would have been allowed, and there's nothing you could have done.
No, and you know, when you say that to me now, of course I read the script, so I knew I was safe. But I'm not altogether safe. Red is never safe. Despite her position of power, at any moment it can, the ground can be knocked from beneath me. I mean, they are in charge. And I think that we're probably going to explore that, and I'm going to have to go there. You know, Janeway was so on it, and beyond sort of any of those things, but Red is vulnerable, and these things were going to happen. I'm pretty sure they will. In one way or another, her deep sense of fragility, her always being on the edge will be explored. And you find out Genji in an unprecedented way.
It's also, it's so interesting because the authority that Red has is so easily taken away from her. She can use it, she can make her life somewhat better because of it, she can abuse it, but it's not really hers. Whereas Janeway's authority, it was always there.
Right.
Which is why this is so interesting to see, but I will have to say, the second season, if that happens, I mean...
I don't know myself.
Can you warn me which episode?
I can't warn you about anything because I don't know. But if I were them, that's where I would go. And I would say, yes, to explore every dimension is the way to invest in a character. We have to go with empathy. You know, we have to love them. And we only love what we can need to protect and care for. So I think that's where we're going to go.
And you also had the wonderful moment when Red realizes that, I forget the character's name with the tattoo, that she had died after she...
Trisha.
When Red made the decision.
That was my fault. She was, you know, I can't take her back just because she says she's clean and then she's not clean. Then it's too late. Yeah, these are the decisions that are made. I think that you put it very well. You think you're in control, but you're not. And that's what prison is, isn't it? I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's punitive. Self is gone. So it's reclamation or ownership of self that becomes everything in prison. And the kitchen, to her, is the metaphor for self. With that, she can survive, but without it, I don't know. You seem sweet. You really do, honey. But I can't do shit with I'm sorry. Not in here. Might not look like it, but there's rules in this place. The most important of which is, the second you're perceived as weak, you already are.
As an actress, when you're working on an amazing character like this, like we were talking, we know what may happen in season 2, when your character has to go through something so tragic, so hurtful, how does that affect you in your regular life as you prepare to embody that?
Well, I'll tell you, this is strictly between you and me, and the millions watching.
I won't tell anyone.
I can see already that I'm changing, because when you love a character like I love Red, you have to go there. So I go into her. And it's not about Trisha, or it's not about, it's just about a change in approach and almost in lifestyle. Things are getting very quiet. They have to necessitate or provide the kind of feeling that I need to be feeling when I'm playing her. I just want to be with her, you know?
I have to say, I had the pleasure of seeing you on Broadway in Equus.
Oh, yes.
Years back, and seeing you on stage, I mean, you're wonderful. Let's just put that on the table.
Thank you.
But on stage, live, your presence just fills that enormous
Thank you.
theater. And I literally felt as though in watching that show, it was the same as this right now.
Oh, how wonderful. That's
Which
very nice.
Is really amazing.
Well, you made my day with that one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will we be seeing you on the stage again anytime soon?
You just missed me. I just got off the stage. I did a play in the last couple of months. And yes, of course, you will forever. It's my first love. And will undoubtedly be my last. But this was a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I really appreciate it.
Take care.
It meant the world to me.
All right.
Thank you.